everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome to My Way Tarot. This is going to be a general energy reading for you. So if it resonates, then that's great. If it doesn't, it's simply not your message. I just wanted to see what's get some sort of check-in for you guys, find out what's going on. Okay. I'm currently shuffling with the Light Seer's Tarot, and then we'll use the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck to clarify. So if the message resonates, then that's great. If it doesn't, then it's simply not your message, but just don't make it fit, okay? Even if only parts of it resonate, then that's fair enough, okay? Cool. Alright, so let's get to it then. Let's cut up the deck and get straight into the reading. What can we get for everyone today, for the collective, please? Angels of Love and Light. What can you tell everyone? What messages do we need? Thank you. Oh wow, okay. So we have beautifully the Ace of Cups, and we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck we have the World card. Wow, this is actually relatively promising. Let me clarify, get some other cards on the table, and then we'll kind of move on forward. Okay, interesting. We have the Six of Swords. Bottom of the deck we have the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, could be leaving a difficult situation here. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, interesting. Look at this. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck we have the Four of Swords. Okay, interesting. So you could be dealing with a water sign. We've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here with the Cups energy. We have the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with the Swords energy here. So you could be dealing with an air sign or a water sign potentially that are here on the table, but we had seen the other signs as well. So I feel like it's only necessary that we clarify these cards. I'm really getting the sense that somebody's gaining some sort of clarity to do with a love situation. Could be leaving a karmic situation, for instance, the karma waters, wanting to get out of something that doesn't serve them, have a new beginning in love potentially, or just they've had new feelings about a particular situation or someone. They may have been very unpredictable about how to move on forward, and look, I've just seen the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck about moving forward, but I'm not sure. So why is the Ace of Cups here? Why is the Ace of Cups here? Okay, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Somebody's having to make a really difficult choice about something, about love. Maybe they've been confused. Yeah, been confused about what's going to give them emotional fulfillment, happiness, success. Potentially they may be juggling their life right now so that they can move on forward, yeah, to go towards their happiness or to find emotional fulfillment. Could be dealing with a Leo, or they have it in their chart. Potentially feeling at a distance from a Leo or from an Aries, maybe in a Cancerian energy with the High Priestess and the Emperor. Maybe feeling like a missed out opportunity. I'm going to take one more card to clarify the Ace of Cups. Okay, so we have, oh, interesting. Oh, that's too many. I don't know why those were all flipped over. So this could be just an additional message. Somebody may be wanting to extend an invitation of sorts. Maybe they've been relatively blocked in relation to their heart, and they want to communicate with a particular message, but feel they have been quite trapped in their head, but now they're realizing that they can get out of their head to do with the situation. They have been feeling a loss with the Five of Cups, but they're able to eventually move on forward. I'm going to take one more for the Ace of Cups. Somebody's been feeling very unbalanced when it comes to their love life though. So we've just had a load more cards come out. So we have the Three of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Hangman. So I'm really getting the sense, bottom of the deck we have the Five of Swords. So there has been drama and conflict I'm really getting the sense that somebody has been waiting around or feeling very stagnant while somebody else is working on their independence, working on their finance, maybe being at a distance from someone and they're wanting to close the gap, but concerned that there may be drama if they were to close the gap. Yeah, because there could have been lies previously, feeling like a missed opportunity, and could be a third party situation, or they're wanting to move away from a third party situation, move things onto calmer waters here with the double Six of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to leave that here. We could be dealing with a Pisces energy with the Hangman, an earth sign or fire sign. Okay, so why is the Queen of Cups here in reverse? That looked like it wanted to come out. So we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm really getting the sense that either you or someone that you're dealing with doesn't want to put in the effort to work on this other connection or other situation anymore. There could be no passion, uninspired to work on something, potentially feeling they may have made a bad investment previously. There could have been lies, yeah, deceit, and they're going away from that, from a third party potentially, yeah, so that they can go towards love in a Two of Cups sense. But potentially there could be a lot of gossip around the idea of moving towards another love. There could have been just a lot of exhaustion in relation to this connection. What else can we get with the Queen of Cups in reverse? The Queen of Cups in reverse is someone who's quite insecure, relatively clingy. They can be quite needy. Somebody doesn't want to work on with something. They're not very open with their heart, not very comforting, quite cold. Okay, what have we got here? We have the Star energy, and that looked like it wanted to come out as well. Knight of Swords, funnily enough, in reverse. And that looked like it wanted to come out as well, so I'll take that. With the Six of Wands, bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I'm really getting the sense that somebody wants a victory by moving out of a situation that they made an investment, and there's been a lot of unpredictability to do with the connection. We've got Knight of Swords here twice as well in the reverse, so it could be dealing with a karmic partner, but doesn't necessarily have to be. There's going to be victory and success in recognition of moving on forward away from a certain situation, but potentially I'm really getting the sense that this Queen of Cups energy in reverse could be a bit of an emotional, overly emotional, and then the Knight of Swords in reverse is someone's a bit of an emotional lunatic, so it's somebody who's very unbalanced in relation to their feelings, and unable to kind of express said emotions like properly, or they have a lot of emotions but they can't really control them, just have like random outbursts of anger and upset, and they're very unpredictable with the Knight of Swords energy in reverse. And I feel like somebody is getting the recognition or understanding that this is how someone else is behaving, and therefore it's kind of influenced the connection in a sense of not necessarily wanting to work on that anymore, but realizing that they want to be successful, and they know that by being successful, if they were to depart out of that situation or out of that relationship as such, they may have invested a lot of time in it, to do with the Seven of Pentacles energy upright. Let's get some energy on the Six of Swords in reverse. Oh, actually it's not reverse, is it? Wow, that's interesting. So I'm getting the sense that, as I said, Six of Swords in reverse, like somebody may have felt very stuck, like unable to move on for a long time, but they will be able to move on. Look, and then Eight of Cups again, as I've said that. They want to move on emotionally, and emotionally they have done, but potentially they've been feeling stuck for a long time, didn't want to rock the boat because there's this person who may be codependent on them, on your person or something along those lines, just however it best resonates. Yes, there could have been a third party situation or a traditional relationship, but there was no passion there, or lack of passion or care, or either that there was just only passion, and somebody has to let go of the responsibility and the burdens of just being in a connection, you know, without the love. I mean, we've got the Queen of Cups, she's reversed. There's no emotion here. I'm getting the sense that there could be a new energy, but we'll carry on. Why is the Six of Swords up right here? Wow, okay. What do we have here? Yeah, Six of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So someone's trying to gain their independence by leaving a situation for calmer waters. They're no longer interested in working on or collaborating in a situation with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They've been doing a lot of work. They might have invested in a connection or a situation and didn't really get very much reward out of it. Yeah, feeling very left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles energy. Maybe going through a financial loss, I'm getting. What else? Oh, okay. Yeah, there could have been stinginess or one-sidedness to do with a connection, or codependency to do with finances that they're emotionally moving away from or walking away from. I'm getting that quite strongly. Yeah, the secret's out that something is not necessarily working anymore with the High Priestess energy. Yeah, and it's time to move on, and it's kind of destined that they move on. They're no longer up in their head arguing or in conflict about trying to figure out what it is that they need to do. Potentially, you know, Queen of Swords again here, reverse energy. You know, there could have been somebody relatively manipulative in the mix, and the truth has come out about a particular person who's acting this way or behaving in this way. There's been a lot of dishonesty previously, a lot of cold-heartedness, and obviously with the Queen of Swords in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse, there could be the same person. Even the Knight of Swords energy here twice in reverse. You know, someone who's very much they just don't have any regard for circumstances in their life, and something's come out that they've done something that has not been very thoughtful. We have just seen the Justice card here. There's been legal injustice to do with a situation. Maybe they did something malicious and they didn't take accountability for their actions. There's been some sort of unfairness in one way or another, and something is coming to light. There may have been stagnation in another situation, but I feel like somebody's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to going forward to pursuing a new love. But there is definitely another situation that needs to kind of be healed from first before moving on away from it physically and yet emotionally to gain independence. So why is this Nine of Swords in reverse here, please? Wow, okay, that's too many. But what have we got here? Yeah, there's something that's very unbalanced previously. Yeah, because there's been heartbreak in one way or another. Bottom of the deck, we have a breakthrough. There's definitely been a breakthrough of sorts. Somebody's getting a new inclination of what it is that they want. Ace of Swords, they want to move forward in victory and truth and have a new beginning with this other situation. What's the Nine of Swords here in reverse, please? They need to rest though, and recover from another situation and accept so that they can move on. But I'm feeling two different sets of energies here. So why is Nine of Swords here, please? Reverse. Yeah, so somebody's getting to the point where they're realizing with the Five of Wands in reverse that they don't want to have any more conflict in their life. They don't want to have, you know, any more arguments. They're ready to kind of respect the differences that there may have been in another situation, accept help from another situation, be successful and have harmony and balance again. There may have been a period of time where there was no support, lack of teamwork, no recognition in a connection, quite potentially, you know, obstacles I'm getting very much here. I'm really feeling as well that there's been, you know, no growth in a connection, and someone's getting to realise that they actually want to put in the growth, yeah, in another situation, so that they can have a traditional commitment with the lovers. But there could have been some sort of deceit or lie to do with having a new beginning or how to move on forward with a new beginning. Keep going with the Nine of Swords, please. Yeah, okay. So we have the Magician. So either you are someone that you're dealing with wanting to manifest a new connection, but they're having to get out of a situation with a third party, getting that strongly. We've got fire energy here, and we have Aries with the Emperor energy. Somebody's needing to take control and responsibility of their life. Previously they may not have done this. There may have been third party situation. Somebody wants to kind of gather their confidence again. They may not be feeling like their true selves in order to get something manifested and move forward with the Eight of Wands, because there could be a preventation with things moving forward to do with a legal situation, and that in turn is kind of blocking the flow of a new love with the Ace of Cups here, Ace of Cups. Yeah, and then able to move on forward in love and kind of follow their heart in some way or another. Why is the Queen of Swords here in reverse? I think we have Gemini, Libra energy with the Magician card as well. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. We have Judgment in reverse. I'm really getting the sense it could be to do with a child, third party situation. Could be to do with an earth sign child, doesn't necessarily have to be. But I'm feeling like this Queen of Swords in reverse wants to try to develop a plan of some sorts, maybe to kind of make sure that someone else that they're dealing with is in doubt or fearful of change, so that they're stuck in confusion and to do with a situation and putting unfair blame on them. Potentially they're wanting to gain stability for themselves. There's maybe been a toxic situation someone is trying to restore control of, after figuring out what it is that they need to do, leaving a toxic situation so they can go forward to move forward in love. What else can we get here? Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, whoever this is, those feeling exhausted with the Nine of Wands energy in reverse. That looked like it wanted to come out as well. We have the Two of Wands in reverse, so more fire energy here. Okay, so someone's feeling exhausted and just a bit frustrated that plans are kind of not moving forward. Potentially they've been fearful of change or taking on plans and stuff to move on forward because they need to let go of set burdens that they may have with the Ten of Wands in reverse. And look, Queen of Cups in reverse, and we have the Queen of Cups energy here in reverse, and she popped up earlier. So somebody's definitely dealing with potentially a karmic situation, a karmic partner, etc., that they're having to release the burden from so they can have a new beginning. This will be, it was inevitable for it to happen, but it needs to happen to gain stability and growth after a difficult cycle, I'm getting. Okay, so why is the Knight of Swords here, please? Why is the Knight of Swords here in reverse? Oh gosh, cards just want to fall out my hand. So we have the Five of Cups. I'm not going to take all of these, but there's been somebody wants to send a message, but they don't want to come across as completely unpredictable and reckless when sending this message, to actually have the realization that they've been in an unhappy situation and that they want to move on out of it and they want to find peace again, and they need to release particular emotions that they've got on how to move on forward because they've been fearful of change, taking control of their life. They don't want to be stuck in stagnation anymore and want to go towards their Ten of Cups. But I'm really getting the sense that with this Four of Swords energy, they need to take time to heal. So that's way too many cards, so I will not be taking those. But somebody needs to heal so that they can go forward towards this new love that we've got up here. So just however this kind of best resonates for you. And then just seeing Ace of Cups, bottom of the deck, of what we don't see that's coming in. Why is the Knight of Swords here, please? In reverse. Oh, wow, that's the card that came out earlier, the Page of Wands. So even though all those other cards came out, that was the predominant message, and we saw that earlier just now. Yeah, Four of Cups energy, bottom of the deck, what we don't see. Somebody's trying to contemplate on sending a message, but they don't want it to be reckless. That they've been emotionally dissatisfied and, you know, been contemplating their life and feeling regretful about particular things. Maybe they've been in confusion to do with a third party situation and an incomplete karmic cycle, I'm getting, with the World here in reverse. You know, there's been lessons, but they've not been finished or completed as of yet, to do with potentially a legal situation, holding on to finances, not wanting to rock the boat, about having a brand new start, about having a new beginning. And even though they're having this clarity that they want to go forward for a new love situation. What else has we got here with the Knight of Swords in reverse? Oh, okay, yeah. So Five of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody's feeling regret feeling regretful, feeling at a loss, not able to figure out how to move themselves forward. They're kind of feeling that they've had a missed opportunity, potentially for their happiness here with the Four of Wands, to have a stable beginning, a new beginning. I'm getting very strongly able to have a reunion with someone, to have peace. But I'm getting that somebody is realizing that they've been in a situation that they want to get out of, and that they need to take a new approach on how to consider, how do I move on forward and get out of this confusion to go towards a new situation, or to leave this old situation and bring in justice for myself, but also for this potential this other person that you could have new love with. And it might not even be, you know, a brand new love. It could be somebody from the past wanting to come back in, however you want to consider it. It could just be like a new refresh of energy, but there's been major challenges to do with this justice coming in, of taking control and able to move on forward with the situation. Okay, but things will be able to move on forward. I'm just feeling one more card for the Knight of Swords in reverse, and then we'll close it off. Yeah, so the Knight of Cups, there's a lot of love here. This person has a lot of love, and they care about the other person that they're feeling, that they want to deal with. We have the Seven of Wands here, so they're ready to stand up for the connection. Yeah, the secret's out, that they want to bring the connection justice, that they want to be able to move on forward, that they want to be able to just move on, accept the situation for what it was, and kind of have hope again that things can change after dealing with a toxic situation. Could have been with a Capricorn, was very burdensome here with the Ten of Wands, and go after the real Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, oh wow, the real Ten of Cups is with the real Queen of Cups, and this other person could have been the Queen of Cups but in the reverse. So this is interesting because the King of Cups is there, and we saw the Queen of Cups there, and they were both upright. So I'm getting the sense that if you're dealing with another karmic situation, another karmic partner, there could have been an imbalance, or there could have been multiple karmic partners here. I mean, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, so there could have been a lot going on here, with lots of different types of relationships, etc. So yeah, which has been very much hidden in the dark, I'm getting, with the moon energy. Has been unseen. Okay, so anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the reading. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave us a comment, I greatly appreciate it. I hope that it resonated. If it didn't, it's just simply not your message. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.